What's going on, NFL fans, and welcome back to another video here on Touchdown Kingdom. We're super excited to bring you our predictions for Week 5 of the 2024 NFL regular season. As always, thanks to our proud sponsor, BetUS, for powering today's video. Let's get right into the predictions. Up first, we have the Buccaneers at the Falcons. Starting off the week with a fun divisional matchup, the Bucs are returning to Atlanta where they've won 4 out of their last 5 matchups. This game could very well be decided by a game-ending field goal, and I think that it'll be a close contest throughout. Ultimately, I expect Baker Mayfield to play with a chip on his shoulder like he tends to do and pull out the win for his team. Bucs get the W 24-23. Moving on to the Jets at the Vikings. The Vikings are red hot and Sam Darnold is playing like an MVP. Now they're headed to London to take on an underachieving New York Jets squad that couldn't even score a touchdown in their own stadium against the Denver Broncos. The Jets will be out for blood, but this is also a revenge game for former Jets quarterback Sam Darnold, and he's been playing too well to just glare over. Vikings win 24-21. Up next, we have the Panthers at the Bears. The progression for Caleb Williams has been slow to start the year, but we're starting to see it happen after 4 games. The Bears are at 2-2 on the season and should certainly be able to take down the Panthers at home. Even with a quarterback change, Carolina is still a bottom 3 team in the league, and this is a game that the Bears need to win if they want to take their franchise in a better direction. Bears win 24-17. Next, we have the Browns at the Commanders. The Browns continued their shaky start to 2024 last week with another loss, this time to the Raiders. They seem to be totally lost and inconsistent on offense, with no signs of relief to come. On the flip side, Washington's quarterback Jayden Daniels is having a fantastic start to his young career. Statistically, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league at the moment, and I expect him to continue his good play at home. Commanders win 24-20. Are you looking for a new book this football season? Well, BetUS is the answer. BetUS is the #1 online sportsbook in the world with the fastest payouts in the industry. BetUS has 24/7 personalized service all year long, and they also have live wagering options for all games. They simply have the best betting variety in the business. All of the odds we break down in this video will be directly taken from BetUS Sportsbook website. Sign up today and get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000 using the code YouTube150. Moving on to the Dolphins at the Patriots. The Dolphins' season appears to be in rough shape moving forward as their quarterback situation is not good. They got blown out by Will Levis and the Titans, who are one of the worst offensive teams in the NFL. Even Miami's defense appears to have taken a hit. The Patriots are not very good either, and they're coming off of a bad loss of their own. However, I do like them to play well at home in a division game this week. Their defense will shut Miami down. Patriots win 17-14. Next up are the Colts and the Jaguars. The Jaguars are still looking for their first win of the year, and it could come this week in a division game against Indy, who are average at best. Although they did just hand Pittsburgh their first loss of the year, I don't view the Colts as a consistently good team. That being said, the Jaguars have looked so awful to start 2024 that I cannot predict them to win this game, even at home. Colts win 24-20. Moving on to the Bills at the Texans. After a red-hot start to the season, the Bills were humbled last week in a blowout loss to the Baltimore Ravens. They only scored 10 total points and could never get anything going on offense throughout the night. They now share the same record as the Texans, and I'm eager to see who comes out on top in this matchup. Josh Allen has proved that he doesn't need a bona fide #1 receiver to be successful, but this is a revenge game for Stephon Diggs, and I expect big things from CJ Stroud and the Texans offense. Houston wins 27-24. Next, we have the Ravens at the Bengals. The Bengals got their first win of the season at a time when they needed it the most, but I don't like their chances against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, who are starting to find their stride here in 2024. They just destroyed Josh Allen and the Bills and won't be looking back as they continue their quest for the AFC North. I like Lamar Jackson to have a day and for the Ravens to win big 28-17. Next, we have the Raiders at the Broncos. The Broncos came out and upset the Jets in their own stadium last week. Quarterback Bo Nix didn't have much to offer besides a single touchdown pass to Courtland Sutton, but he won the game regardless of his performance. This is a very important game for the division, as all three teams outside of Kansas City share the same record of 2-2. The Raiders are also coming off of a win, and I like their defense to have a day and make life difficult for Bo Nix and the Denver offense. Raiders win 23-20. Moving on to the Cardinals at the 49ers. The Cardinals are coming off of an embarrassing blowout loss to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, and the 49ers are coming off of a blowout victory over New England. The Cardinals have played better than their 1-3 record reflects, but I can't see them faring too well in this particular matchup. The 49ers are a tough team to beat at home, and I expect them to handle business this week and keep their season rolling. Niners win 24-17. Next, we have the Giants at the Seahawks. Seattle just took their first loss of the year, but I'm sure they're still pleased with their start here in 2024. This should be a gimme game for them against a Giants team who really has no identity outside of a rookie wide receiver in Malik Nabers. Factor in a trip to the West Coast for this New York team, and I like Seattle to come out on top. Seahawks win 27-17. Next, we have the Packers at the Rams. The Packers almost pulled off an incredible comeback to beat Minnesota last week, but ultimately fell short by 2 points. It was definitely a heartbreaking loss, but at least Packers fans are able to watch Jordan Love do his thing again after missing 2 games with a knee injury. He threw for 4 touchdown passes, but did counteract it with 3 interceptions. However, he's still a very good young player, and I expect them to get a nice road win this week. The Rams are way too inconsistent for my liking, and I don't expect them to play well against the Packers. Green Bay gets the win 26-20. Moving on to the Cowboys at the Steelers. The Cowboys are a tough team to get a hold on in 2024. In just 4 games, they've looked great, awful, and somewhere in between. The Steelers have been much more consistent on the year, and although they're coming off of a loss to a worse team in the Colts, I do like Pittsburgh to get the win this week on the back of their defense. Steelers win 27-24. And finally, we have the Saints at the Chiefs. The Saints narrowly lost to Atlanta last week by just 2 points, and they've now lost 2 in a row after getting off to a hot start earlier in the year. The Chiefs have yet to lose a game, and it's become the norm, just more of the same. The novelty of Mahomes has definitely worn off, but make no mistake, he's certainly the best quarterback in the NFL. I like the Chiefs to handle business at home and advance to 5-0 on the year. Chiefs win 28-21. Alright guys, that's going to do it for another video here on Touchdown Kingdom. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates, and as always, most importantly, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your predictions in the comments below. As always, thank you to our sponsor BetUS for powering today's video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.